In our world today, there is so much uncertainty, and one's security posture and safety is paramount, and that is done through training. Hi, how you doing? I'm Hank Hayes with Intuitive Self-Protection, and we're here with Kristen Vitalis.
Hi.
Awesome, great to see you. And she is a plank holder member in Intuitive Self-Protection, and we have different membership platforms, but it's the All Access membership platform. And so how long have you been training? How long have we been doing this thing?
So my husband and I took our first course. We took the empty hand course. It was last November. So we're coming up on a year.
Wow, okay, a year.
Yeah.
And what made you want to do this in the beginning? Like, why did you want to gain self-protection and really dive into some training?
Yeah, so I remember thinking for several months that I just didn't like the state of where our world was going. And I kind of felt like it was my responsibility to protect my family and my kids. We have 2 young toddlers, and no one was coming. No one's going to come help us, you know? So instead of just being a bystander and a victim, I wanted to develop the skill set to at least know what to do. I probably will never be in that situation, like hopefully, but I didn't want to know, or I didn't want to not know what to do. You know, I at least wanted to have the skills and the knowledge so that worst case scenario, I can protect them.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so many people have the either like head in the sand or they just thinking it's never going to happen to me, right? And so good on you for wanting to be prepared, you know. How did you find us?
So I remember, I think my husband is active duty, so he's a pilot. And so I think he was having a night flight one night. I remember literally just like sitting on my couch Googling, I wanted to get my concealed carry license and I wanted to learn self-defense. And I remember Googling concealed carry self-defense for our area, and Hank and ISP popped up, had all 5-star reviews. I think I sent you a long email that night, and then like the next morning you called me, and or the next afternoon we chatted, and just it was kind of just like everything we were looking for.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm glad we connected because you and J Voice is awesome.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. So your first class was the empty hand?
Empty hand, yep.
Empty hand, yep. What did that do for your mindset and your knowledge of, wait, there's hope. I can really defend my family if I need to. How was that after the course?
Yeah, that course was a 2-day course, fully immersive. I mean, you guys do training, right? They not only just teach you the knowledge and the skill set, but then they actually put you to test, they put you to work. And so I remember walking away from that course being incredibly overwhelmed with just what we had just gone through, the experience, and then feeling very confident in my capability that I can bring it to a certain level to keep my family safe if I need it to be. Because I've never been put in that situation. I've never been put in harm's way, thankfully. And so you always think that you know what you're gonna do, but you don't know until you're put in that situation. And during this course, you guys put us through
The pressure
a simulated, pressure test, a safe one, and I saw what I was capable of. I know that I will turn that switch if I needed to.
Turn the switch. That's something we often say is you have to be able to turn the switch and know, can you turn the switch? When do you turn the switch on?
Right.
What's it going to look like? Because it's either one of 3 things, right? Fight, flight, or freeze. And a lot of people freeze, or they can fight, but they fight in the wrong time, the wrong way, with the wrong things. So there's so many different things. Okay, so then you've been through several different pistol courses.
Yes.
Yeah. So all right, you started with the privates on pistol, right? So this girl is a consummate, she's got to do it right. You got to do it right, right.
Yeah.
You did the privates, and you got your foundation. So talk about the privates and how that foundation was built.
Yeah, the privates were great because I came from no background with pistols or guns. Didn't grow up around them as a kid. So I really didn't. I had a respect for them, but I didn't feel confident in handling them yet. So I really was starting from zero. And so that went from just understanding how they worked to then starting to handle them in a safe manner to then going out onto the ranges. And so I think we did maybe 6 or 7 privates with that over a course of a couple of months, and then felt confident enough and was approved to come to courses.
Yeah, so it was great because when she did her first pistol course, I think you outshot J-Voice.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I feel like toward the first pistol course, the beginning of it was, there was just a lot happening, and I was still really developing my skill set. And it was just overwhelming at times, but in a good way. And then I feel like the second half of the first day and the second day is when I really started to like hone in.
Yeah, it was so great to watch, and we were just razzing everybody, and that's so much fun, right?
It was a lot of fun.
So now that you are steeped into the mindset, mindset and the fight of a warrior-ess, right? What does that look like for you? And if you were to, you share to, you said, you're a military housewife. Your husband can be gone for chunks of time, and now you have a sense of ability to protect. What does that look like, and what can other moms of any type know that they can get to? What does that look like?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it starts with, like you've talked a lot about, having that posture of not even when you're just out and about, having that presence, walking in a certain manner, having situational awareness. One of my biggest things I think we talked about was, what do I do when I go to the grocery store with my kids and someone starts to approach me? And so now it's just a matter of, I know how to like position my grocery cart by my car when I'm unloading my groceries.
Awesome.
I know to walk with that presence. I know to not be on my cell phone when I'm in the parking garage walking to the car. I know to like look around. I try to play this game with our daughter of, when we're walking to the grocery store, of like, point out what do you see? Do you see this car?
Great.
Do you see this person? Just being aware of your surroundings when you're out and about. And then at home, just knowing to like have the doors locked. Where would we go if someone started entering in our home? Where are where are our weapons? What do I have access to so that I know how to protect them? So the first thing was just being aware, of having that mindset and just that situational awareness.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned those little games we play. Well, we used to play games. The kid I Spy with my little eye, and then I would always pick something that would have to do with, how many cars have a license plate that have XYZ in it.
That's good.
Things like that. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah. So now that has it been a year?
In November.
November will be a year, right? How far have you come from when I almost said Yellow Pages. Oh my gosh, I'm so old, right? When you look.
Are they still around?
I don't even know the Yellow Pages. When you sought out training to where you are now with your confidence ability, how far has it come? Talk about the contrast or the comparison of where it was and where you are now.
Yeah, I think where it was I was one of those people that thought that it would never happen to us. It's never going to happen. And, we live in a nice neighborhood, we lock the doors, and I just think we can't live like that anymore because no one's immune to bad things happening. So what has really changed in the last year is just my confidence and my capability, what I'm willing to do to protect my family. I know what to do. I've been taught the skills. And then now just my, I guess, high level of respect and confidence I have in operating my weapon system and what to do. And, I guess I'm finding that threshold of when you're going to turn the switch. What's my level? Yeah. What am I not going to tolerate? And even before joining ISP, I would let a lot of things slide. I would let strangers get too close. I would let comments slide by people that I didn't know that made me uncomfortable. And I don't have time for that anymore. And I'm not going to let that slide anymore.
That's awesome. That's really great. So your overall awareness, your knowledge of your skill set, your confidence ability to execute just little things like setting boundaries conversationally with people, or setting a boundary when someone, my daughters would say, "You're in my personal bubble, Dad." You know, that personal bubble space. So that is fantastic. So for all of the other moms, single moms, any female out there, what would you say to them? What would your appeal be to them when they are considering doing something? They know they need to do something. How would you communicate to them on, how to start the process, not being afraid to take the first step? What would that look like?
The first course?
Just the first step in general, from when one is thinking about doing something to pulling the trigger to doing something.
I would say if you're thinking about learning, more about ISP or how to defend yourself or concealed carry, if you're thinking about it, I think you need to take action on it, because I sat on those thoughts for several months and I could have taken action on it sooner. And I'm so glad that I did. And we need to all be aware, I think we can't just sit back and think that it's never going to happen to us, because that's not what's happening in our world right now. And, it was a lot to do the first course, because I had never done anything like that before. My husband and I never had. But the trainers and the instructors here at ISP are so welcoming, and they meet you where you're at. Right. So whether you have been doing this for years, or whether you came in with no knowledge whatsoever, like I did with the pistols and the empty hand, they're not going to make you feel silly. They're going to meet you where you're at. They're going to help you develop your skill set. That's what they're here for. So it's very, the training is very person-oriented, and you're going to get exactly what you need from it. Yeah, well, that's great. You put that in a great little summary. We love having you here. Thanks for your service to country. Yeah, that's awesome. Really, really important. And K-Bomb, awesome. Yeah. And if you want, you can find us at intuitivesp.com. We're on all the social platforms. And please listen, whether you train with us or whether you don't train with us, get training. As of today, Israel was just attacked, right? And I think it's like a 50-year anniversary of this attack, right? So this is going on right now, October 2023. Now we've just had a new point in history. Stuff is going down. Yep. Stuff will continue to go down. Make sure you get your training. We look forward to seeing you. Ciao. Bye.